Hello and welcome to Soul Steps. I'm David Gallagher. It was almost 10 years ago and I had a dream. And in my dream, I was driving at night in a rural place. There was no civilization anywhere to be found. And as I drove, it occurred to me that I was terribly lost. I thought I was going to a friend's house and I had sketchy directions, but I definitely did not know where I was. And I got more afraid the longer I drove. Eventually, I made my way up a hill, and as I went up that hill, the road narrowed until it came into a compound of some kind where it looked like there were 3 barn-type structures and an old house. And as I came to a crawl and a stop, an old man, an old farmer was my sense, came out of this house and asked me where I was going. And I told him I didn't know. I told him that I was trying to find a friend's house, but the directions were not good. And I told him I was honestly, utterly and completely lost. And he encouraged me to go ahead and just hunker down and stay put for the night. That he had an extra room with a bed, it was warm, and I could spend the night and I could continue on my journey the next morning when it was light. I was a little unsure, but I decided it was probably safe and okay to stay. I just remember in my waking moments coming out of that dream, I was so completely afraid and alone. And it was really, really dark. I felt so completely lost and alone. That was the thing that overwhelmed me, was the sense of not having any idea where I was and being terribly alone. As I reflected on the dream, I believe God showed me that that farmer was him, the old man that came out to encourage me to stay put, spend the night, that he provided a safe, warm place for me to stay until I could see where I was going. And I knew that was the Lord. I also knew that once I got to the farmer's house and I saw the farmer, the sense of aloneness was much, much relieved, especially when I got to know something of his nature and his character of welcome and his character of hospitality. And I knew instinctively that once it was light out, things would be a lot better. I just want to say that if you're watching this video and you feel in life right now like you're terribly lost and feeling very alone, that there's hope. The scriptures talks about Zacchaeus, this unbelieving man who Jesus met on a road one day. And Zacchaeus, being a tax collector, was basically a societal leper in his day. He was rejected by the society around him. The people he lived with, the Jews, hated him. He was seen to be an awful sinner by most people. And yet Jesus met Zacchaeus and went to his home. Of all the people whose homes he could have gone to, he chose Zacchaeus's. But in Luke 19, verse 10, it says, "For the Son of Man came to seek and to save the lost." That word lost, as I think about how lost I felt in my dream, that word lost in the original language has a couple of elements to it. One is being lost from carelessness. Maybe as I'm relating to it, careless in the way I'm living, careless on my journey. It also, that word lost has the idea of destruction, that you're heading in a direction that will bring great loss because of destruction. At its core, that word kind of means undone. That's how I felt in my dream, undone. Today, if you feel lost and you feel alone and you're on your journey and don't know where you're going, just like in my dream, ultimately, whatever road I was on, it led to me meeting the Lord. And I want to believe with you today that the road you're on and you feel very lost, that God is going to lead you to where He is. Maybe He's already done it and He's offering you a place of sanctuary and safety and warmth, but you've decided not to accept His invitation and you're tempted to just continue on your journey in the dark. Can I encourage you not to do that today? God is seeking relationship with you, and He's seeking to give you a sanctuary if you'll accept it. Don't be afraid. Accept God's invitation to let Him bring you in close to Him. Don't go on any farther in your journey in the dark and alone. Accept His invitation, and maybe you've served God a long time, but you've gone off on your own way, and He's bringing you back to Himself. Receive Him. Accept Him. Nothing but good in store, because when you know the Lord, I don't care how dark it is, the morning is coming, and light that God provides will help you on your way. God bless you.